Here we are at the National Quartet Convention in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I'm Joseph Reed for Singing News. We have our friends Chronicle that is coming to the studio here in the beautiful LeConte Center in Pigeon Forge, NQC. I've got Chronicle here, Tim and Missy Kinchen. Tim, how many years have you guys been coming to this? Quite a while.
Oh my goodness! You asked the wrong person. The brain trust of the ministry is next to me here.
The brain trust, I love it.
Probably on and off since 2013, maybe, or
Okay.
14.
Very good. Okay.
We made a few rounds when it was over in the other place. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, this is the ultimate fan event. This is where we all
Without a
come
doubt.
together, fans from all over the world, literally, other countries. They all come here. It's the most artists under one roof. And you guys get to see friends that you might not have seen all year. You know I do.
right.
There's some friends in this business that we don't get to see all the time, but here we get to reconnect. But very special for fans of Chronicle to come up to your booth, to see you walking down the hall and say hello. It's really special, isn't it?
It is. It's very special. Well, one person was waiting for us at our booth last night that we have talked to several times and have never met, and we got to meet him. Got to meet him last night, and you may see all of your gospel music friends and singers and stuff, but usually it's just like zip, passing by. Hey, how you been? And
Right.
that's all you get. But here you get to sit down, spend time.
Yeah, which is really important. And it requires good shoes and a lot of coffee, right, Missy?
You're exactly right.
We've got to have it. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what I've done. I got here, been working all day, went to a couple of meetings, and then I stopped on the way here to the LeConte Center. I said, I'm going to get me a large, big cup of coffee to get me through the day. And getting from the lot where the coaches are to here is quite a distance.
It is.
So I got all the way here, got my computer set up, and then realized I left my coffee in my truck. Actually, on my truck. I set it on the front of the truck while I grabbed my bag. And my call, if anybody wants a free Cafe Americano, it's on my truck right now. You can go get it. How about
We'll
that?
go get it for you.
So, Missy, let's talk about the new music with Chronicle right now. You guys have a record out that I want the people to know about.
Can't Lose for Winning was our last mainstream. Then after that, we came out with a Christmas one. But right now, we've started a new one.
Okay.
And just cut the first two vocal tracks and actual music tracks within the last month or two. And y'all may know him, producer Wayne Haun.
Oh, perhaps we've heard of Wayne. Multiple award-winning producer, songwriter, a great musician, a great singer.
Right.
He's got a great Christmas record out. A lot of people
I've heard it,
It's
right?
phenomenal.
2 weeks ago.
It's phenomenal.
So we're honored that he's even producing it, and we say it's a God thing.
Well, it's very special because his schedule is not easy to get in.
No.
So I'm excited about that.
We
You
are
guys
too.
bring something very special to the table because you play wind instruments, which is pretty cool. Tell the viewers about the instruments you play, which is, yesterday we had the His songs here, and everybody was poking fun at Richard for being a trombone player, but it is rare I remember the fifers from back in the day who brought in those instruments like the trumpet, the clarinet, things like that. So tell us or saxophone, what do you play, Tim?
Well, in Richard's defense, first of all, I would like to say that trombone players, jazz trombonists, are some of the coolest people in the world. It's most beautiful, when played well, one of the most beautiful instruments you'll ever hear.
And
It's just
not easy to play.
Not at all. Not at all. But I am a saxophone player. I've been playing since I was knee-high to a duck, and that's been many, many years. And I thoroughly enjoy it, still enjoy it after all these years. When we were dating many years ago, she used to call me and get me to play it to her over the phone.
Oh.
And now when I'm at home running scales, she asks me, well, are you going to be through with that pretty soon?
Yeah. That got worn down really quick.
No, I'm his biggest fan. I'm the one that tells him, put more of that on our projects, because people love it. Everywhere we go, what has the most saxophone on it?
Yeah, because it's different. It's a little different.
And I mean, this is
novelty.
what you wouldn't think, but all these older people want to hear it.
Yes.
And it's like, well, Tim, record it.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think it's kind of reminiscent of back in the 50s. A lot of the 50s music had
Some of my favorite
much
music
horn, much
is in
horn.
the 50s.
Yeah.
I wasn't even here. But it's some of my favorite music. When you get in those 50s,
Yeah.
I love the big band stuff too. I
Yes.
love orchestration, which is really interesting with you working with Wayne Haun because you have an opportunity there.
Oh, he just put
to-
orchestration on both of those songs.
Wow, I bet you're having a blast with all of that.
I am. I've taken it home, and I told him, I said, man, if you really want me to do well at this, let me take it home in my studio and do it and send it to you. He said, well, okay, we'll see how it turns out. He's very hands-on. You know?
Yes, he is.
He likes to be there.
He is wonderful, and we
He is
appreciate
very
that.
much
He's put out a
wonderful.
lot of great music, and he's one of those guys that his fingerprints are on so many great songs, so many great records out here that the average listener wouldn't even know. But how important is it, Missy, to have the right producer?
Very, very important, I would say.
It makes or breaks.
Because it's
without
not
doubt.
just singing a song and,
Right.
and having musicians play. There's a lot of arranging,
You're right.
modulations.
Right,
The framework and foundation of that song is in production.
right. You're right.
It's very nuanced.
And
That's a
see,
good
we
word.
didn't realize the importance of things like that just starting out. You know, we didn't. You know, we
Never
just went
clue.
and made music, and
Yeah, I've been there too.
but
Yeah, without a doubt.
and
You're
it's
an
been
incredible
good.
singer,
I
by
will
the way.
commend
Thank you.
all
That's
of the
very kind of you to say.
producers. I will commend all of them. They've all been great, and but we just feel like this is a God thing, and we thought about naming this new album when it comes out, maybe mid next year, in His time.
Okay.
So the Lord's leading us and guiding us, and just trusting Him.
I think it's so cool that you guys travel all across this country from Louisiana. By the way, shout out to Louisiana out there. You travel all across this country singing this music, pouring your heart out into small churches, large churches. You'll actually just go wherever God calls you, wherever the call
Sure
comes
will.
in.
We will.
And that's a fantastic way to do ministry because you get to not being so selective, okay? Which is, there's nothing wrong with that because
No.
a lot of people's schedules permit them to have to pick and choose where they're going. But when you're not so selective, you can minister to people who may not be reached through this music, right?
You're right.
Which
You're
is very
exactly
special.
right.
Do you have a story you can tell me about maybe anything that happened in a service that was really inspiring, someone's life that was changed through you, something you can encourage our viewers with?
Well, one that comes to mind, we had, of course, you know, we travel in a bus, and that can be a problem within itself, and we love our bus, but we had a fan motor go out on the generator one time, and we were coming from the Ark, and we had just played at the Ark, and we were going to Michigan or somewhere, and the fan motor went out. Generator overheated, so it made us about an hour late. Of course, we were staying in the Walmart parking lot where everybody stays.
Of course.
And so we were about an hour late leaving. And, of course, I was fretting about that. And a gentleman come up, and he said, pulled up, and we were just getting on the bus to leave. He said, "Who are you people?" So we went to trying to explain.
And he was in a real nice SUV that was like a Mercedes or something.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a very well-to-do looking gentleman, you know, and he said, "Who are you people?" And we began to talk to him, and we found out that he had just lost his wife 5 months before that after 50-some-odd years of marriage. And we were able to minister to him. You know, my wife loved on him and went and got him a CD, and he
Prayed for him.
began to weep, and he said, I knew that the Lord asked me to come over and talk to you folks. He says, I feel so much better. He said, thank you for that. And just the fact that the little fan motor didn't cost but a couple $100, you know, but it delayed us just enough to be there for him.
And then we had the $200 was in the bag. And, you know, we figured, well, if we have to replace this, that's all
That's
right.
nothing
We was able
compared.
to pray with him.
That's right. But God had already provided it.
Exactly.
So many times that happens. It's like he.
That's crazy. Like it can't be a coincidence.
No, it's not.
It's so planned, and God.
He ordains our footsteps.
Yeah. He designs things. And through self-will, obviously, with the wrong attitudes, you can make the wrong choices.
You're
and maybe
right.
you wouldn't have been there, or
Right.
he wouldn't have been there. But everything just worked out, and God was able to minister to him, and now that is ministering to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool.
Further, the story goes on just a little bit further, and I just made the comment. I wasn't complaining. I told her, I said, "Hey, we were here. We were able to minister to him. Fan motor cost $200. If money was in the bag." We went on to the next singing, and a man walked up to me and gave me a check that had $100 wrote on it. It was scratched out and had 200 below it. So God told
Wait a minute.
He's
Not
letting
only-
me know that He's always listening. Now,
Well,
Now,
and
wait
not
a
only did he take the 200 out of the bag, but the
Man.
Lord replaced it.
That is great.
And then I come on the bus, and I told Tim, I didn't know that had been given to him, and I said, this lady handed me this, and it was $200 more.
So not only did He give it back, He doubled it. It's not about the money. It's
No,
a small amount
but
of
God
money.
was showing
and if
us.
that
Letting
hadn't
us
have even
know.
happened, it's a special moment.
It's a
But
special moment.
that's
Yeah.
God's way of saying,
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing.
Keep taking time for these people that we could have been in a rush and said, we need to get here and go change this fan motor.
Oh, yeah.
See you later, sir.
Yeah, you could have made that choice.
But God,
And you know what's great about that is then he has the opportunity to bless someone else,
Without a doubt.
and the people that blessed you will be blessed, and they can bless others.
it just,
So I say we're all
Continues.
blessed to bless,
amen.
and the
Amen.
cycle continues.
I believe it.
It's Chronicle. Where can we find you on social media, guys?
ChronicleGospelGroup.com.
Chronicle Gospel Group. All roads lead there, and you can find them on social media. Dear friends for many years. Thank y'all for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. We love singing news. We love y'all.
We love you, and you can find their music wherever you stream your favorite music. It is Chronicle. I'm Joseph Reed with Singing.